Guess what today is? Moving day. Alicia is about to drive off. There she goes. And there's our moving truck. Today is the day that we're going to move. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So our poor plant, it looks like it's burnt. It is an avocado. We have 1, 4, 5 avocados. Technically 7, but the other 2 we haven't started doing this to, propagating. So anyway, I have to fix this burnt. Poor guy here. He always gets burnt, the same one. Anyway, today's moving day. I'm trying to teach myself how to be short and to the point because our vlogs are just becoming just extremely long. So we are able to move into the cabin officially. And we are going to cook in the RV or trailer. We haven't figured that one out yet. Probably the trailer because the RV, we blew the pipes. It froze. And then we can use the toilet there, or we can just keep peeing outside and pooping in a bucket. We haven't figured that out until we get our composting toilet, which we will be getting soon, I hope. Alicia left because she has to do some errands for her mom to help with some Airbnbs, cleaning them before new people come in tomorrow. So I am going to start packing up the enclosed trailer that we borrowed from her family and move everything. So we're not sure how it's gonna go. We were supposed to move 2 days ago, but it didn't work. So today we're gonna move, but there's just so much going on with Alicia on her end that I'm gonna be doing most of the actual moving of the stuff into the trailer. So today might be just fill up the trailer, and then tomorrow we will drive to the cabin and move in. Or might do it all today. I really feel like the best bet is to just pack it up today and do it tomorrow, so we're not pushing too much and we're not tired. We could do it if we want to and then just sleep and then unload tomorrow. We're not exactly sure. So with that, I have to start packing up the trailer. And then early spring, I will go into Minnesota, drive to Minnesota, and I will pick up the remaining of my stuff that is in storage. I've been spending $200 a month for the past, like 17, 18 months. I'm over it. And we're so excited. So with that, without further ado, let's get packing. So I just sent a message to Alicia that my speed, my energy is just not there when it comes to like packing up the trailer. So she sends me this text and it just totally made my day, made me smile, and I love her. She told me to play some WAP. Wet ass pussy. Oh, you're funny. You totally made my day. That I just really laughed hard.
Good.
It was great. It's like my baby knows me so well.
Oh, just a reminder, if you don't put anything in the together that can freeze, that should be.
Okay, stop what you're saying. I hear nothing. I hear
How about now?
Good.
Okay. Trailer stuff. Make sure stuff, whatever you put in there is okay to freeze.
Okay.
That's all.
We yeah, see, I don't really know. Our boxes aren't like organized. So I don't know. I've just been putting boxes in there. I was gonna put yours in first, but then I was like, no, she can do hers because I'm sure you have a certain way of doing things. Okay, I was wondering why she hasn't responded. It's because the call ended. She lost service. The room is getting empty. So basically this room is like, we call it the piano room. Actually, Alicia calls it the piano room because there's a piano in here that was left here. I call it the wood room because a lot of the room is wood. We use this as I call it the throw up room or our closet, because this is where we put all of our boxes, and if we needed anything, we had to go through our boxes. So Alicia had her majority of her stuff to the right. Mine was to the left. And then on her side, she also had boxes of our stuff, things that we collected as a couple. And then I also had boxes on the left of stuff that we collected as a couple. Things are getting done. I kind of want you guys to see what it looked like before, but this whole section had probably 3, 6, 9, maybe 18 to 20 boxes, and there are no more boxes. It's just everything else. I think Alicia's home.
Hello, baby. Hi. Laundry?
Alright guys, we are tired. I know we're not gonna be able to finish tonight. Well, I'm really washed out. My bad. But we are going to spend the night here at the current place and finish packing up in the morning. We're just exhausted and we have a lot more stuff than we thought. So good night. We'll see you in the morning. Finally, it's happening. It is the next evening. It was very stressful. We worked until like 9:30 p.m. yesterday, and we decided we were gonna stay where we were and sleep, and then finish today. We started late, like 3 p.m., and it is 7, not even 7. So we are headed to the cabin officially and forever. Woohoo! We're moving!
I'm gonna need you to move.
Oh,
Okay. So I'm like, she's right behind me.
I was looking at your lights.
You need to back up, please.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Let's go home. We are home. We're so excited, but we are home. We just set up the bed on the floor, put some temporary blankets on it until we find our new bed set, and when we move upstairs, we got our horror bath corner. We'll show you what we do with that later. And then we have our temporary couch here, and then our TV here. It's exciting. It is time for bed. We're gonna have a glass of wine and say goodnight. Our second night here ever, and our first night living here. Good night, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good cabin.
Good morning.
How was your first night at the cabin officially?
Cold and then hot.
That works.
But great.
And what are we doing this morning?
Replacing these guys.
Because last night we couldn't do it because it was dark and we need no electric.
We
to do
could have
this.
put a flashlight on, but it's a little safer to work in the daylight. So wait till daylight. Make sure you have some sunlight in here to do outlets.
And we have one done out of like 6 or so.
Yes, I have one done out of like 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6.
And I put out a Q&A.
She put out.
I put oh, I look cute. A Q&A because I don't think we're doing much construction this week, and this would be a perfect time to kind of sit back. Today we're relaxing. We may or may not leave. So I threw out some box out there for some questions, and we got some questions back, and we have some answers for you guys. So let me get my phone so we can guess what are you doing? There we go, good boy. So we can answer your questions. Very informal. We're not kind of just sitting here staring at you guys.
What the heck? Fit. I decided to put the crap ton of.
Yes, you
It
did.
works. They're like, let me pigtail 5 wires together.
Okay. First question is, why this cabin?
The price was right.
Not just a show.
Huh?
The price is right, it's a show.
Jeez.
Yes, the price was right. There was a shell. When we first were looking at just land, and one day Alicia's like, you know, it might be better if we get something that has a shell or something on there because, you know, if we got land, we wouldn't be able to live on it because it'd be cold already. Even though we have the RV trailer, but then if there was no well and septic, then we couldn't use it anyway, so I think that's why this place, we didn't look at a lot of places that had shells on it. Typically it's,
The shell as in like, there was a cabin here, there was something pre-existing that we could work with.
yeah, either you'd find one without it, or you'd find one that was fully done and then it was too expensive. What are your feelings that animals were killed there? I'm a hunter, but I don't care that you are, but I'm curious because you guys are vegans.
Yeah, it's sad, and hopefully it will change.
The vibe,
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
the ambiance.
Change the energy of the land into something positive and not so filled with death. It's weird that it's called a pole barn. I'll just call it a garage. Can I just call it the garage? Or do you like that it's called a pole barn?
I call it pole barn because that's what you guys always called it.
Yeah.
I only know what garages, and then these big ones, I've only known as pole barns because your mom calls it
They
that,
all call
and
the big
everyone
ones
around
pole
here.
barns. What do you guys call them?
What is a pole barn?
And cut to the answer.
Pole framing or post frame construction is a simplified building technique that is an alternative to labor-intensive traditional timber framing techniques. It is used for large it uses large poles or posts buried in the ground or on a foundation to provide the vertical structure support along with girt, never heard of girt, to provide horizontal support, which is what it is. So that's why it's pole barn, it's how it's built and what it's used and where it goes. So, just a fun fact. Lucky you're not doing this one video. Not happening.
Go on.
No.
Come on.
Yeah, she likes
Go.
to touch
Go.
herself. That's what she does. She's touching herself. Will you let your family hunt on land?
No. No. No.
Which room will be yours, and what are you doing with the second room?
They're all our rooms.
I just assumed that would be maybe because that's the room I would choose to be the bathroom. I
There's
like
a lot more light
that.
up there.
And I just like it. I like that it's upstairs. It's separate from the main house. It just gives off this different look. You know, it goes up to these stairs and so yeah. But we're down here because this is what we.
It was
There's
the
a lot
biggest
more
one to
work.
finish.
Correct. That's literally what it was. We started with that one, but this one was much more easier. Faster. More easier. Faster to do. Looked like you saw several other lands. Why did you choose this location? That's the one that's going to be more in question. The other one was why did you pick this cabin? And the quick thing is, you know, the first one, we liked how open it was, but we heard all the cars go by, every single one of them, which we did not like. That was really the biggest thing for me, I think.
Yeah, this is nice. It's off the beaten path. There's not so much road noise.
Yeah.
It's tucked away. It's quiet.
And then, like we said, that one just had just the land. And then the second one we looked at, absolutely loved. It was in the middle of nowhere, but also had nothing. It's where the guy had the.
Oh, but it was just a piece of land. There wasn't actually anything.
There was nothing there. The whole thing, so we couldn't see much. So
You
we
would have
didn't
just
know.
taken a whole lot of work to clear everything.
And then we might not even liked it. We don't know how flat it was and how much was
The great
open.
thing with having this place is the land's already cleared, so I don't have to feel bad about that.
Yeah, bring down the trees. and all.
The land's already cleared. There's already an existing structure here.
The third place we looked at, I loved the driveway. It was probably my favorite thing. The driveway just kept going.
But
and
it
going.
was right next to the main road.
So you heard that as well. But we did have access to the lake, which was nice.
Yes.
Like right there.
But here we also have neighbors that we'd have to drive down the way to a lake. But
you know, and then we came to this one. I think we only looked at 4.
yeah, we didn't look at a terrible large amount. But
And out of all 4, we went to this one and the one with the lake a couple times. But
it
stuck
doesn't
with
look
this
the
one.
prettiest on the outside,
But
but
it will.
it's stuff you can change.
Yep.
As long as it's structurally sound and it's not going to take you a ton of work to, you got to blow out walls and this and that. Just depends on how much work you want to put into it.
And then the question goes back to, what do you guys plan to do with the pole barn?
I personally would like to insulate it, put up walls, and turn it into another workspace or, just a functional space that we can do projects in there or larger projects.
Yep. And that was my hope in a way. It would be nice to have a spot that was like where our old tools are and then we can make messy and dirty and cut up wood and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'd like a spot where we could put up a wall and make a separate room where I could have something that's not dusty and all. Yeah. Got one down and you're ready to take it out.
When I went to screw it in, it was weird. So I gotta figure out how to shove all these in there because they're
These all the nails deep in this beautiful floor.
deep for 10-pound body.
What in the hell happened to the RV? You haven't finished it or used what you built. Why? You guys tend to go from one thing to another and not finish it.
Thank you, my fault.
I'm not gonna deny that.
It is here, it's just sitting over there.
And we can use it, you know, like the pipes did bust, so we can't technically use it for that. But
In
you
the
know,
springtime, we'll get it all finished.
and I mean
up.
it's pretty much finished. We just need to put some corking in for the shower, which is simple and easy to do and will dry overnight. And the bedroom is not done, but the bedroom could be lived in, and literally everything else is done.
We don't
You
have
know.
left in the bedroom. We don't really have
That
much.
spot, and then
What spot?
the ceiling.
Did you not see that I put it up there?
Where did you put it up there without it?
You walked in and I put it up there.
And remember we took out the
Anyway.
bed. No, we took out the bed, and on the bed, this bed, there was a piece of plywood that needs to go up there. That's not up there. So that's not done. So the bedroom is not done. It takes 20 seconds to do. Literally just
So
go, beep, beep,
anyway,
beep.
it's just finished work,
Yeah, it's done.
such
so.
as trim and caulking.
Yeah.
That's
Which would literally take like 2 hours in total at the max do. But
and our cushions.
yeah, that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that stands for that.
So plumbing, cushions, trim.
Yeah. Loved the last place.
It just means more to plow.
That's what you said. It said without snow, that's the issue. But
Gotcha.
if there was like that wasn't an issue. I love a one-room cabin. Anything you guys, anything you guys disagree with the cabin, or is it a house?
We talked about this. She calls it a cabin because she wants it to look like.
I want the cabin feel. Like I said, if I'm gonna live in the middle of nowhere, remote, I want.
And for me, I look at it and I think it's squared out. Like
it looks like it does. It looks like a house. I completely agree. But I wanted a cabin, and we want to make it look like a cabin inside and out. It's all wood inside. Literally everything is wood, so it looks like a cabin from the inside. So I just say cabin, and my body has just got accustomed to just saying cabin. So what do you guys disagree with when it comes to cabin or house? I don't really think there is anything yet.
Not any issues.
No.
We're both pretty flexible with each other.
Yep, and we have a lot of similarities. I mean, when I mean a lot, when it comes to decorating and what we like, it's very similar. Will you stop traveling? If not, where to next? No, we're not done traveling.
And wherever we end up next.
Yeah, like I'm sure we want to go west.
Yeah.
She loves the west, and I never went west, and I love it from photos.
California.
So no. What happened to the white cat? Did he die?
Oh no, Smudge is still around. He's just chilling at Dad's.
Yeah, he's in Minnesota right now.
Yeah.
We're hoping to bring him back here.
Until we get this
Like-
settled enough to where it's okay for him to be here
yeah.
and not so stressful because we're gonna have a lot of
How are you designing the inside and outside of the house?
day by day.
Yep, we're just trying to keep it a cabin feel, but a open feel at the same time. Hence the white walls, and we're keeping some of the natural wood.
Just smash them all in there.
You know, we should have had like all of them done by now. What do you do with the acreage? We want to build cabins and use them as like an Airbnb type of deal.
Yep.
That's what we're gonna do with it. Any farm animals in your future, and what kind?
You would say yes for everything.
No, I just want a pig.
I was like chicken, duckies. I would love ducks, but we need a pond, which
I didn't have a pond for my ducks.
for full happiness of duckies.
But we
pond
have a
is
pond.
required.
We have a pond.
We will.
Almost in the making. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want. I mean, yes, I would like a whole bunch of different kinds of animals.
I would, but that also then we wouldn't be able to travel.
Yeah.
That's our only trade-off.
That's why you get people to help. I love the Chlorofoot tub, but are you using it? You guys haven't used a tub since you've met.
We're
using it. I've wanted one forever. We're gonna redo it and make it look pretty, but we're using it. What's next for construction? Hell if we know. Every day we have a new thing, whether we're gonna do upstairs, we're gonna do the floors, we're gonna do the bedroom, we're gonna do the bathroom, we're gonna do
We
this.
just want to do it all, but we can't, you know.
How remote is this place?
They're like 20 minutes from town.
Yep, 20 minutes from town.
It's remote enough.
Yep, neighbors are pretty decently far. Driveway is decently off the road. About 200, I think it was 220 feet. I measured, I don't know what it is anymore though. So decent. We didn't want to be too remote because of, under construction, we need to go to
And medical reasons if something happens.
That was my second thing that was hers, was the medical stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I don't have insurance, so me going to see doctors is going to be a fortune for me to
But
see.
if you're on the verge of death,
it
makes sense, okay?
How much will renovations be?
A lot.
Yeah.
Screw it, forget it. We're not having it.
Oh, just taking it out again, guys. So just remember, however long this video is, she's been doing it longer.
Oh my gosh, I'm learning my lesson. I'm not pulling it out fully again.
Will your home updates be sustainably focused or anything for that matter? How self-sufficient will you be, if at all? With her hum, or I feel like the answer's gonna be different for each other.
No. I think to start off with, like right now we're on the grid.
Because
But eventually we'll switch to solar and we'll be off grid.
I still like to do a what's the toilet? A compost toilet. But right now we are using electric so that we can use our tools and charge stuff. Guys, Is the bar open? Maybe they have food. They open in 30 minutes.
You just asked me, is the bar open? And then you tell me they open in 30 minutes. How would I know? You're the one that researched.
Yeah, so I would like to be as self-sufficient. Have this as...
Yeah, self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient?
Self-sufficient.
Yeah, like as much as we can be. In the end. With food, gardening, water, toilet, electric, the whole shebang. Just right now, no, we're not.
Right now, we're just gonna be on grid until we can get everything up.
Which will be around spring-ish or sometime when it gets warmer when we can do things. Next question we already answered. Solar soon, we just answered
I
that.
think solar by fall. Money-wise. Yeah. That's my thought. Before we get snow.
And maybe we'll get sponsored.
They're really nice.
Was your septic hella expensive? Not as much as it should have been.
Whoever said hella. I haven't heard someone say hella in a long time.
Do you guys have a fireplace? I know you both love wood burning stoves.
We have a chimney.
And we have a wood burning, is that a stove?
It's a heater.
But
It's from the 80s, I think.
we like to put that in the pole barn because that's not so pretty. And
Yeah, so we'll pull that ugly thing, put
And
it
then-
over there, and we'll still use it.
and then put a new, more pretty vintage one here. That's still vintage. We won't
Yeah.
want a new one. We want an old one. Good morning, good afternoon. It is many days later. As you can see, I'm in bed wearing different clothes, and I look slightly different than when Alicia and I were doing a Q&A. Unfortunately, the camera died once. We lost memory in the SD card, so we had 2 issues. And due to that, I believe when the camera died, it did not save the previous recording, which thankfully was at the very end. And we should have posted yesterday. I believe today's Monday. Alicia is helping her family working, and her and I were supposed to redo this clip for the last 2 days, and we just got really busy with some new stuff, but we'll discuss that in this coming week video. So I'm here quickly to kind of throw in the last few questions that we had already answered as a couple, that I'll just re-answer now. So this is a weird little slide in so we can answer your questions. So we ended at the burning stove. And I think we were left with 5 questions. So, aren't you scared of the bears? I believe Alicia said, no. And I said something like, no. I mean, I want to see bears. I've been excited to see bears. There's bears everywhere, but I've never seen them as long as I've lived here. And it's been like a year and something. And Alicia has had many encounters with bears, and she's chased them down. So she says, like, black bear. She won't mess with grizzlies, but we don't have them, I don't think. I don't know. So no, we are not nervous. What is the last thing you'll work on when it comes to renovations? It will most likely be, if it's indoors, it'll be the entrance, which is right now housing, it's freezing cold in there, our food, because we don't have a refrigerator. So anywhere cold food or in Tupperware, dry food in Tupperware for the mice to stay away. And if there's rooms that are like we can't touch because of 7 days having to be dried, like our kitchen, if we do our kitchen first before the bathroom, which we probably will do that, we can't do the bathroom. And if we do the kitchen and everything's drying, we can't do anything in the house. So we'll either not work or we'll work on the entrance. So it'll be entrance last, second to last would be the living room. Because we have to walk in and out. That is the main room we walk in and out. What's the plan for your garden? I think I quickly answered to grow something. She wants to grow, she has specific things she wants to grow. Like, I think she said lavender, sage, and there was a third thing, but those 2 for sure. Mainly for health reasons and things like that. But essentially we are going to grow any and everything that we both like and or like individually. I'm sure she's going to grow mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms. But they're good for you and I know it. So we want to have everything. I want to have apple trees and lemon and lime trees and orange trees, which we'll probably have to do those indoors because of where we are residing, which is fine. And our entrance is going to be our indoor garden for like houseplants and succulents. So, and we are probably going to do the garden above the septic. So right behind the house, because we can't put anything heavy there. Okay. Okay, so we got that. 2 more to go. Outbuilding in the future. Hell yes, we are doing an outbuilding. Where? We're not sure. There was one just over here. Maybe we'll go back to the area since there's probably something in the ground already. Maybe not, but we are going to make it look rustic but inviting at the same time. And we have a lot we're gonna do for the summer and fall or spring, like outdoors. But no one's asked that question, so we're not gonna answer that now. But we want to do several different sort of buildings, and not the buildings that we want to do in the back for like Airbnb, like things that are for us, like an outhouse. But we have like I think 5 different buildings we want to put on the main part of the property. And last but not least, why did you choose a cabin versus the traditional lifestyle home and a remote area versus the city life? Like, why did you choose this versus like suburbia? I'm not sure how we answer this. I know that I basically said that I am a city girl, 100% wholeheartedly New Yorker, city girl. But it's expensive, especially in New York City. But I also have got accustomed to enjoying the countryside of things. Yeah, that's basically it. I wanted the solitude. I wanted to embrace nature. I wanted to be outdoors. I didn't want to constantly hear people arguing and taxi drivers, which I guess is New York, not really where I've been living for 20 years. Drunk people in cars and people speeding and just all that, and hearing animals and cats being killed by other people. I've had 2 cats just killed in the past like year and a half. Accidental, clearly, but I just don't want to see that. And I wanted to be away. I wanted to have a place that is way off the road and that I can enjoy nature without hearing every human being out there. And Alicia is an outdoors person. I don't know if she's much of a city person. I haven't really asked. I mean, she enjoys it, but she's not from like New York City. So I don't know. We both had the same answer. We just wanted to have solitude and be away from people and be off grid and just do things the way they used to be, where we don't have to depend on others and in the electric and the phones and all. We love them. We're not one of those people who are going to deny it and say we hate phones and then constantly be on them. Like, we run a business. This is what we need. But we want to be able to enjoy life without that. So that is the end of the Q&A. Finally, the video hopefully will be up today, which is 1 day late. We have no internet here. So anything dealing with the internet, if it's not something that's on the phone, like reels that I could post on YouTube, we have to go elsewhere. So the plan, we haven't made a plan, but it was probably going to be something like, once a week or on Saturday, we'll head to the house that we used to live in and use that internet there, and then we can shower because there's no shower here. We whore bath here every night and then shower out that direction once a week, which we did last night. So I'm not exactly sure, but right now there is a bar about 10 minutes away that I fell in love with, and they have Wi-Fi. So to upload this video that I'm talking to right now, I have to go to the bar. So with that, have a good night, afternoon, morning, day. I completely screwed that up. And we will see you in the week we are speaking in, because it's a new week and a lot of stuff is happening.
Oh. Goodbye.
Bye,
Battery
guys.
died, so you know.
Yeah, battery died, SD cards are full. But yeah, we will see you guys next week when we start doing some intense
Now the camping
construction.
time. Intense.
Oh my goodness gracious. Intense work on the cabin. See you guys later.